One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all. Hear the children crying. Hear the children crying. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to another session, The Worker's Voice. Again, let me, without no further ado, introduce to you our president, Mr. Lennox Linton, is on my right hand side. And I remember Pastor Rodney, we're on the right hand side too. So he's here in studio with us. And of course, we have Dr. Thompson Fontaine, who also is with us via media. And the man himself, Mr. Lambert, call him the Energizer. You know, he's able to be with us this evening. Thank you so much. Tonight, it's a program with a difference. I say with a difference because Mr. Linton and myself, alongside the political leader, we're going to tell you why we are here tonight. Tonight is a special night. Before I proceed again, let me just say to all the members of the United Workers' Party, the executive, the rest of the executive members, our trustees, and all the supporters and non-supporters, diasporas, and all those who are here for Dominica, good evening to you. Good evening to all the constituencies, all the hardworking people of Dominica. And tonight, we are going to talk about, finally, how we can take the necessary actions to ensure that the people of Dominica benefit from what is legitimately theirs. And I am going to, of course, give Mr. Linton, the president, to going to give us a debriefing on this. And of course, the political leader is with us. I know that he had a long day. And of course, we will then get right into it. Mr. Linton, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Ronald Charles. how you doing, Ronald?
I'm all right.
Good. The same Ronald Charles. All right. Good evening, Dr. Fontaine.
Yes, good evening.
Always a pleasure. Now, Ronald Charles, I am happy to be here tonight because we in the United Workers' Party, we are moving ahead on an initiative that should have been moved on for quite some time now. But we have gotten to that stage where, notwithstanding the patience exercised by the people of Dominica, notwithstanding the length of time that has passed since the people of Dominica have been asking questions and requesting answers to those questions about the unaccounted monies from the sale of Dominican citizenship, Roosevelt Skerritt has basically thumbed his nose in the face of the people. And recently, he said, there is no money owed to the people of Dominica from any citizenship program. None. He repeated that. I'm saying tonight that we are moving ahead with legal action. We have retained the counsel in Trinidad. The exercise has already cost us in excess of $40,000. Initially, we understood that this was going to cost at least $100,000. And so we are moving ahead. We have to raise the money to succeed with this and to get it through the courts. And this amount that we're raising, we're hoping that it will be sufficient to take us all the way to the CCJ, because whatever happens at the court of first instance, somebody is going to appeal. Whatever happens at the appeal court, somebody is going to appeal. So we will end up at the CCJ. That's the best case scenario. So we're moving on. Let me explain, people of Dominica, that When we were talking about this, we started with local attorneys who were advising us and so on. We were told again and again, we needed a senior counsel to lead a case like this. It's essentially a judicial review seeking to have the government's action in holding money outside of the consolidated fund declared illegal, unconstitutional, and seeking to have the special housing option for access to citizenship of Dominica granted to Anthony Hayden and Montreal Management Company declared illegal as well, and to seek orders of the court for the return of monies that are missing from the sale of Dominican passports. And of course, for whatever penalties the court feels is appropriate for those who have been responsible for this grave injustice to the people of Dominica. We were told repeatedly that we need to engage senior counsel. There's no senior counsel that we can engage in Dominica. And the only senior counsel, Ronald Charles will correct me if I'm wrong, we have Alec Lawrence, who sits on the Electoral Commission, is firmly in the camp of the government, and you have Anthony Estefan, who is the government's lawyer, effectively.
That is correct.
There are no other senior counsel. So we had to go outside to get senior counsel. And we spoke to senior counsel in Barbados, in Trinidad, and ended up retaining the services of a Trinidad attorney, KC Anand Ram Logan and his team. So they will be leading that effort for us in the courts. So essentially, we are ready to go to court. And tonight, we're going to be seeking the support of the people of Dominica who understand what we're doing, who identify with the necessity for justice to be done in this case on behalf of the people of Dominica, and who are willing to put their $1, their $5, their $50, their $100, their $1,000, as the case might be, to help with this. As I said, we're seeking to raise $100,000. We have already gotten past the $40,000 mark. We've raised about $40,000 already, and we're looking to raise the remainder. We don't expect that we will raise all of it tonight, but we expect we will make a good start. And with follow-up over the months and other fundraising activities that we will be involved in, we will be home and dry with this matter. Finally, why are we going to the court? The Citizenship Program of Dominica, which was started in the 1990s under the administration of Dame Eugenia Childs of blessed memory, has effectively been destroyed in recent years by Roosevelt Skerritt. Destroyed to the point where the Economic Diversification Fund of the program, introduced in the term of the United Workers' Party, where money was coming directly into the Treasury of Dominica for development purposes in Dominica, as opposed to only going into escrow accounts of an escrow account for private development in the hotel sector. That program, the Economic Diversification Fund, is the one that has been responsible for monies coming in for budget support for building infrastructure projects and so on through the years. And then we had a dramatic shift following Tropical Storm Erica in 2015, when a certain individual by the name of Anthony Hayden showed up as some disaster capitalist in Dominica, seeking to do wonderful things for us. And Roosevelt Skerritt told us his whole government, of how many ministries of government, could not do the things that this one man was capable of doing. And so it was necessary for him to give this person his own citizenship access program that he alone could sell, while the other agents continued to sell passports under the Economic Diversification Fund. And then through the years now of this illegal housing option, because there is no lawful authority for it, the regulations don't provide for it, the law doesn't provide for it, it is not seen has never been seen on the website of the Citizenship by Investment unit around the world. It is Mr. Skerritt's careful own little creation for him and for Anthony Hayden. What has happened with that is Anthony Hayden, with his program, where he can sell passports but not bring the money into the consolidated fund, where the other agents are selling and the money has to come into the consolidated fund. He is also licensed to discount the price, to sell for what he wants. And the minute he starts doing that, he has the authority to sell at 80,000 or 70,000. Those who are bound to the $100,000 price under the Economic Diversification Fund option have difficulty selling. But remember, that's the money that's coming into us. So the money is coming into us starts declining significantly over a 3-year period ending in 2020, as we saw from the numbers that Mrs. Skerritt gave us in Parliament. While the one that is going into the private hands of Hayden for so-called infrastructure work in Dominica is growing exponentially. We are now at a stage where less than 10% of the monies raised under the Economic Citizenship Program of Dominica, the Citizenship by Investment Program of Dominica, is coming into the diversification fund of the government. So the government's program has been almost totally destroyed by the program given to Hayden and MMC, which now receives in excess of 90% of the citizenship monies under the direct cash option. And somebody has to account for that. What do these numbers look like? Well, in the 8-year period, 1st of July 2016 to the 30th of June 2024, we sold 50,709 passports. People ask me, Lennox Linton, how do you know with such certainty that we sold those citizenships? And I said, I know it's certainty based on the records of the government that has been reported to the Parliament. The government tells the Parliament every year how much money it gets from citizenship and how much money it gets from due diligence, how much money it gets from application fees for the CBI program, how much money it gets from certificates of naturalization that are sold to every single person who gets citizenship, whether they're part of a family or not. They must have their own. They can have it can be an application of the main applicant, but they must have their own certificate of naturalization, which is paid for, and they must have their own passport. The certificate of naturalization revenues reported every year, divided by the individual amount for the certificate of naturalization, tells us exactly how many citizens we gave, how many persons we gave citizenship to in every year. And that is how we were able to calculate the 50,709. It is from the government's records, not anything else. The government is reporting revenues from those 50,709 citizenships sold in 8 years of $3.4 billion. But that means that the government only picked up 24,833 US dollars for each citizenship sold, where the legal price is at 100,000 US dollars. So where is the rest of the money? If we sold 50,709 citizenships, we were supposed to have had in the region of $11.6 billion. If we only put 3.4 billion in the treasury, the question is, where is the rest of the money? Which is why we have argued long and hard that the monies, all of it, must come into the treasury of Dominica, the consolidated fund. The European Union, in one of the guidelines presented to the Caribbean countries for protecting and promoting the integrity of the schemes, said that the monies from the citizenship program must be deposited and spent, all of it, in the host country. All of it must come into the host country, and all of it must be spent from the host country. We are violating that in the MMCE arrangement that we have for build out of infrastructure projects. So not only has MMCE and Hayden, with the program that given to them by Mrs. Skerritt, unlawfully, illegally, stifled off or cannibalized revenues that are going into the Economic Diversification Fund, they have also affected the market for citizenship sales of Dominica overseas, where agents who are normally engaged in selling citizenships found it difficult to compete with one agent who by himself has the authority to undersell everybody else. And those who couldn't beat him joined him and started selling for him at discounted prices to make their little cut from the discounted price that they were selling. But not everything was discounted. There were, we're told, instances where people did not pass due diligence, but they were approved. And they were approved to buy at a higher price. So some were buying for more than $100,000, some were buying for less, some were buying at $100,000. And that puts us in the situation where we have to understand the nature of the criminal enterprise that this citizenship by investment program was transformed into by those who had this housing access option available to them. We must take this matter to court because it's the only way we're going to get justice. The legal system going to give us justice. And that's why tonight we say, yes, we are filing the case. Our attorneys are arriving in Dominica, and I have to say, we retained senior counsel from Trinidad. Trinidad seems to be where the senior counsels come from for our matters in Dominica, because they have senior counsel from Trinidad persecuting me and Dr. Fontaine and Edison James and Brian Linton and so on in the court, spending from our account over $10 million by now on this persecution. And so we've retained Anand Ramlogan, very well-known attorney and former attorney general in Trinidad and Tobago, and well-known attorney down there to lead the case for us with his team. They will be on island over the weekend. Call to the bar, formality to take place, and then to have the matter filed in the court and to move on from there. And it is at this stage we are enlisting your support, starting tonight, with whatever you can help with to contribute. If you go to the party's Facebook page right now, if you go to the party's Facebook page, you will see a link to our PayPal account there. You can press the button and you can follow the steps. They're very simple, and you can get your contribution into account. On the party page as well, right there in the same area with the PayPal account, you will see the more banking information for the party's account, the UWP account at the National Bank of Dominica. You'll see an ID number and you'll see the account number, which is what you use, and you can do a more banking transaction into account. All right. So tonight, so just to let you know that more banking information, the user ID is 555-2242, and the account number is 100-5636. Good. So broad set, that's it. We will be interactive tonight, and we will take your questions. And of course, Dr. Fontaine, good evening, sir. Is he?
Yeah, you muted.
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Honorable Lennox Linton, and thank you very much, Honorable Charles. It's good to be here tonight, and thank you for this really clear and very, very important explanation, Mr. Linton, about the process and why it is necessary that we go through the course. And that is what I want to stress to the Dominican public, that it is important that we pursue this means, because what we've seen is that the Prime Minister has been extremely dismissive of everything that we've talked about in terms of being clear to the Dominican public the kind of money has been held. When you hear, for example, that uh, an airport that is slated to cost in the billions of dollars is being funded by an individual who holds access to the Dominican passports, that should send a warning signal. And so, what this court case intends to do is to have the court rule clearly on where those monies are. And what it will in fact do is that it will force the government to give the information, or it will make the information available. And why is that possible? I'll give you an example of this. You may have heard of the case that has been brought in St. Lucia and St. Kitts. And this company was able to get records. The bank forced the banks that had the records of those transactions to make this available. That's what the court ruled. The court ruled and now access, so that they have access to where those monies are for those countries. So we're looking at a similar situation where the court will be able to force the information from the bank, because there are banks that hold the information. There are banks that will know, the banks, for example, that hold accounts for the Prime Minister, for MMC, and for other individuals who have our passports. Then the court can rule that the banks have to make this information available to us, or to the plaintiffs in this case. And so we need your help to get this information. This is a matter of tremendous national importance. This is a matter, after all, that every Dominican must be concerned about, because we are talking about a country that is in the throes, already has been suffering really, really badly in terms of its economy. People are struggling to make ends meet. I just noticed that the government is giving free Pampers and so on, having people come and line up to get free Pampers. This is a sign of a failing economy. NEP workers not getting paid on time. Government workers cannot get salary increases. Our hospital without the drugs to treat our people. Our schools without the supplies to take care of our students. Our roads overrun now with potholes and so on. Government services either non-available or non-existent. So we need those resources in Dominica, and the only way, that is the only option we have at this point. And so we have decided to take that matter to court. Is something that I committed to when I was re-elected. In fact, the same day I was re-elected leader of the party in December of last year, I pledged to the people of Dominica that that would be number one on the priority going forward. So we've come that far, as you heard from Honorable Lennox Linton already. The lawyer, our lawyer, will be in Dominica to do the process that is required. So that case will be filed within the next few days, and we are ready to go to court for the Dominican public. So we are doing this. We are taking this action on behalf of the people of Dominica. The people of Dominica who want to know how many millions and billions of dollars are out there, and who also want to know how this money is going to come back into the consolidated fund. So that is about challenging this government on law, challenging this government. And I'm sure Ronald will speak a little bit about the legal aspect of it, and the precedent that have been set, for example, in Belize and other countries. I know in Belize, for example, where our laws are very clear that any money is generated by the government of Dominica or by our government must come through the consolidated fund. And so that is the thing that we are taking. We believe that we have an extremely good chance of success, and so we are moving forward with it. And we are asking you tonight, even as we speak, you can go to our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, UWP Team Dominica. Look on our Facebook page. The information is there. Click on the donate button. You'll be able to donate via credit card or debit card. Or if you have a mobile banking account, you can do that. We'll be giving you information as we go along tonight. So even as we speak, even as we engage with you tonight, we encourage you to begin to make those contributions. As you heard again, we need over about $100,000. It is not cheap. This is going to cost us, but this is a small price and an extremely small price to pay for the potential reward, because ultimately we will be able to get this government to account for the millions and billions of dollars that it owes to the Dominican public. And more importantly, we'll be able to work to get those monies back into the Consolidated Fund of Dominica that will benefit all of us. So now is a great opportunity to support us in that. Give you $20, give you $100, give you $1,000, and let us do this tonight so that we don't have to come back to you. If you can get that done tonight and accomplish that tonight in terms of the resources, in terms of the money, we certainly encourage you to be a part of it. Ronald?
Yeah, thank you. So right away, we're going to open up the lines, but Mr. Lambe, we're going to play the ad just for once, and then the lines are open. Persons can call 449-3095, 3096, 3097, 616-4257. And of course, we've articulated where you can go on our webpage, teamdominica.com, right? Am I correct? And then you can always check out our
Sorry,
mobile
on the Facebook page, Ronald. On the
Facebook page. Yes.
Facebook
page. And of course, for the mobile banking, the user ID is 555-2242, and the account number is 1005636. The lines are open, and you can call and make your contribution to a landmark case that is going to, bring everything in perspective. Of course, one of the reasons why it is important also is because all the contracts that are being executed between the government and a private person or between the government and any organization. Okay, we have somebody on the line. Yes, caller, you're live.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
What I have to contribute tonight is not necessarily directly connected, but it's about going to the grocery store and listening to others cry about how steeply the prices are increasing. It seems to me there was a recent increase in prices, and people are really taking note. They have to buy their little box drink for their children that went from $2.50 to over $3. That's a 50% increase just on a little box drink. And that was just the one example I happened to hear the lady, complaining about. And somebody is warning that just wait for another month, you'll see what happens. So we're getting these increased prices for years. Those people working for the government, the nurses, the civil servants have been begging for some kind of pay increase because their salaries have not gone up for many years, and the prices appear to be going up every day. Yet we're hearing that this government has millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and it's been sucked away and not accounted for. People wake up. This money should be benefiting we, the citizens. It should not be going into the Prime Minister's personal pocket or his friend's personal pocket. They have to wake up. The labor rights who have been getting some benefits from their party, you got to understand that your children are not going to benefit. This was a very short-term thing. The money has run out. It's not coming your way. It has not run out in the sense they don't have access to it, and you don't have access to it. But that's not how it should be distributed. It should be distributed evenly among all the citizens, if that's what you're going to do. So, gentlemen, the lack of accountability and transparency is fertilizer to corruption. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Of course, you can call the numbers. Yes. No? Callers, you can call 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. And the overseas line is 305 432 9624. As you've been told, you can go to our Facebook page and, of course, make that contribution. Now is the time to make that, no matter how small it is. We'll welcome that because we believe it's an important cause for Dominica. It will open the floodgates for a lot of things that are being done secretly, if one may say. The other thing, as I was saying earlier, it's very important to understand that at this stage, if the government is contracting somebody to do something, they should be well open to be able to disclose it to the people of Dominica. Because it's the people of Dominica passports that are being used to do X, Y, and Z. And therefore, if you make any arrangement, disclose it.
But look at the situation we found ourselves in after Hurricane Maria, and the need for serious money to rebuild, to recover, to reconstruct, and all of that. And the government kept telling us how hard things were and how they were saving money up until that point from the Citizenship by Investment program, which helped us and so on. And Maria came and messed them up because they were saving money for the airport and they were saving money for this and that. Almost as though Maria came and blew away the Citizenship by Investment program. Would you know, people of Dominica, that since Maria, we have sold 47,300 citizenships since Maria.
Wow.
Since Maria in September of 2017, we have sold 47,300 citizenships, which should have yielded $10.8 billion. $10.8 billion. From that, we only received $2.9 billion. This is the time when we need money, This is the time when we have been devastated. They told us 226% of our GDP went with the winds of Maria. And everybody lost their roof and we were suffering. But we raised from the sale, we were supposed to have raised from the sale of citizenships $10.8 billion since Maria from 47,300 citizenships that we gave, and we only got 2.9 billion, which means since Maria, we have not accounted, this government has not accounted for $7.9 billion of Dominica's money.
Yeah. Caller, you have a caller? You have a caller? Just 1 minute, 1 minute, Mr. Dr. Fontaine. Caller, you're live. This is the workers' voice. You're making a contribution towards the landmark case, I call it, that is going to be filed within a few days within the courts so that we can account and make a declaration as to what should be happening with those funds that we're receiving from the sale of passport. Yes, caller. Yes, caller, you're live.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
I want to pledge $100.
Okay.
And my name is Williams 327630.
What's your number? Sorry.
2763180.
276.
Okay.
276-3180.
Okay.
That's correct?
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Williams.
276-3180.
We have another caller. Thank you so much. We have another caller on the line. Caller, you're live. Workers' Voice, raising funds. Yes, caller, you're live.
That caller is not paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see the amount of money we've raised, or we're supposed to have raised since Maria, right? Over $10 billion. We have not accounted for a significant amount, and we have $7.9 billion that the government has refused to account for. We must go to court with this, because while that money is not available to pay off the national debt at $1.5 billion, while that money is not available to build the airport without having to have Hayden front load money and then he be paid back from citizenship, we have enough money that we have already raised to build the whole international airport, even though they say it's going to cost 1.639 billion now. It's what started at 1 billion, it went to 1.3, then it's at 1.639 billion now. God knows how it got there, but it's getting there. We have already spent over $500 million on the airport. Let's take some phone calls. Good
Yes.
evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Linton. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, cuz. What's up?
I'm blessed. I'm pledging $100.
Thank you very
I
much.
will give $100. Yes.
Number?
I'll sign you, and I will get it to you. Okay.
Okay, that's family. That's family people.
All right. Bless you. Come and look for me. Long time you don't come see me.
True that.
I was in the river catching this deer today. I had to put them back. I didn't have anybody to give them.
So you didn't cook them and leave them?
Me put them. Me let them go back at the river.
I don't believe you. Have a good evening.
I do. Yes, it's true. When you come in, let me know. I will get them.
Okay, dear. God bless. God bless.
Yes, caller. No. Okay, yes, caller. The numbers you can call is 449-3095, 3096, 3097, 42 and 616-4257. Overseas 305 432 9624. We are here on a special night to of course make the necessary donations if you can.
I was just saying,
Yes.
Ronald, that we need to recover this money because that is going to enable us to pay off the national debt. It's going to help us to meet the cost of developing and expanding the economy so that young people can find jobs. We don't need to be borrowing hundreds of millions of dollars from Saudi Arabia, from the EU, from CDB, etc., for ROSO enhancement or anything of the sort. We have all that money available to us, Dr. Fontaine. And the fact that the Prime Minister can be telling us nobody owes us any money when we know the significant sums that are outstanding from the sale of our citizenships, especially since Maria, it is criminal.
It is, and also what would possess a government to turn over all of this money to a private individual?
Yeah.
Why
Dr.
not just
Franklin,
pay
just
the
to-
man?
Sorry, Dr. Franklin, we're getting a call here. We'll
There's
get
someone on
back
the
to
phone.
us.
Good
Yeah.
evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'd like to pledge $100.
Mm-hmm. What's your name?
Yeah, but unknown. I'll just by the radio station. I'm unknown.
Okay,
You're unknown. You'll give it to the radio
just by the
station.
radio station.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I would like to say something.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Guide Murray got to the fire from his work. I would like you all to do the same thing for him so he can get some money to spend.
Mr. Vescott Jones.
Mhm.
Mr. Vescott Jones. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for that.
Yes, Dr. Fontaine, you will.
Yes, I was making the point that, let's talk about being criminal, and it really is that a whole government, would turn over the resources of the state to an individual. So much so that this individual can now come and say that I will build
To kill off its own revenue generating program. It kills the government's revenue generating program. And Dr. Fontaine, with the entire machinery of government that it operates, especially with 20-something ministries of government under this administration, what was the necessity why was it necessary to create another option for citizenship when the same thing that the housing option is doing could be done under the EDF option?
Absolutely.
You're building
Why?
infrastructure. You have a Ministry of Public Works. You have the Ministry of Housing. You have all your engineers and so on that are employed by the state to do all the work necessary to prepare for the infrastructure program. You can outsource the talents and capabilities you don't have within. Instead, the government says, you know what? This one man, Hayden, is better than our whole government. It has more capacity than our whole government. So we'll give him the revenue that's supposed to be coming into government for him to do what he wants with. And he can tell us exactly what he spends, and we don't have to verify it. And let me tell you something. If you want an example of rape and plunder of people's resources, there's where it's lying down in the Citizenship by Investment Program. The full story will emerge with the court case and the evidence that will be revealed once the process gets going.
Yes, Dr. Fontaine.
Absolutely. So we need the people to call. We need your support. I can't overemphasize how much we need the support of the Dominican public. I mean, for a long time, people have been saying, we're just talking. Now we're taking concrete action. This action will result in getting a court declaration that will allow us to see where our money is, but more important, to get the monies back into our consolidated fund. And that is where the money belongs, to be used for the people of Dominica, and that is what we are after. But we need your support. We need to call those numbers, call the lines, go on our Facebook page in particular. A couple of you have already done that, and we have a couple of individuals will be monitoring the Facebook link. We have already someone who has done it, and so we know that the line is active and it is working. So let me thank Dwayne for the contribution of $50 US has come in from Dwayne by our Facebook and by our PayPal. So we want to thank you for that. And we want to encourage others to go in there and make their contribution. We need to get answers from this government, and that is the best way of doing it.
Yeah, somebody on the phone? Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Linton.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Charles. Nicholas Sandro, Portsmouth.
Hey, Nicholas, long time. How you doing, bro?
I'm there. I'm good. Yeah. I want to donate $100.
Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew.
Thank you very much.
What's your number?
235
235
39
39.
38.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's for status.
That's for starters. Yeah. We start.
Okay.
Yeah. We get the ball rolling. All right.
Yes, callers, you can call. You can call 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257, and of course the overseas line is 305-432-9624. Do not forget that you can go to the UWP Facebook page, make your contribution via PayPal. You could also don't forget there is a mobile banking information. That you can of course make your contribution. It's US ID. The user ID is 555-2242, and of course the account number is 1005636.
Someone on the telephone. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Lennox, the President of the United Workers' Party.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine and Ronald Charles. I guess by now everybody should know me as a Baptist, the voice of many people. Gentlemen, let me thank and really say thank you to the United Workers' Party for taking this matter to court. I would like to let Dominicans know this is not any attempt to stop the CDI program. It is an attempt to cause the government to explain the monies that should have been in the consolidated fund, why it is not in the consolidated fund. And if it is not in the consolidated where it should be, what has happened to it and account for it. It is not an effort to stop any project of the government. They might come forward and say, oh, we try to stop the airport. No, it passed at all. Do not let them fool you. It is a simple matter that the monies that Mr. Anthony Hayden has been using on what is so-called housing option is illegal. There is no provision in law under the CBI program for this option. And therefore, we are seeking the court to determine and make a final decision to tell the government, since they will not do it. We asked them questions in Parliament. I was in Parliament when this matter started, and they would not. We do not want to talk about it all the time and not doing something about it. Every Dominican that's concerned about the development of this country should make a contribution to this issue and to this matter. You must recall that the President of Dominica, Charles Severin, came to Parliament and addressed Parliament in his address and said that if not CBI, what else? So there it is that we had a program that where the economic option would have brought in monies, hundreds of billions of dollars to the consolidated fund, to allow government to pay and meet its expenses and do the development of the country. it was diverted willingly and technically without the knowledge of Parliament, without the knowledge of the country. So public servants who might be having problems to get paid, those who have retired and cannot get their payment before their retirement, all of you are involved must make contributions. Contractors, in fact, the contractors of this country must understand they are directly impacted by what happened under the CBI program, because the way it is structured is Anthony Hayden, it's only no bid contract he's having. So under the Procurement Act, which required the government to tender those projects, they are not being tendered. Anthony Hayden is the one deciding who will construct. So all our construction companies are dying. They have disappeared, like Stuco and so on, the big company. They have all disappeared because of that. Even those of you who are working on the NEP program that cannot get paid, it is because the money that should have been in the consolidated fund to pay you all are not there. And therefore, we have to do everything. This program and this effort we are doing, please support it. I hope that Matt, with his programs in the morning and in the afternoon, now and then will allow us to do something to raise those funds here. I have just received 2 calls. We're 600, or coming up to 600. 2 of my friends overseas call and say each will make a contribution of 300 each. $50. That's the 600, which I'll pay to the party. But I am saying to you, Dominican, some lawyers of Donkey locally have contributed and they have done a lot of work to get to where we are. So do not believe that we have put aside local attorneys. The local attorneys were the one who initiated this thing and got to where we are today. But they themselves advise that we need a senior counsel to take this matter, because it is a major case that will turn up and upside down Dominica's situation because of billions of dollars we are talking. So please, Dominicans, please. This is not a political thing. This is our money that we are looking for, and we are asking you, every one of you want to know what happened to this money, to make a contribution so that the courts will finally decide where the money you want to know where it is. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you, Gordon, for your
Thank you very
contribution.
much. Someone's on the telephone. Yeah. Someone's on the telephone. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. You.
Am I live?
Yes,
the Workers' Voice.
Live.
Yes.
Excuse me?
You're on the Workers' Voice. You're live. Yes.
I'd like to ask you please a question, please. The Al Jazeera move was a good one. It wasn't nothing of fraud. It was nothing illegal. That I want to know, please.
Al Jazeera. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, thanks, caller. Al Jazeera reported that the government was taking 80% of the resources of the country through citizenship and leaving about 20% for government. They call them hungry hyenas. I don't know whether that's what you were referring to. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen. Our president, Mr. Leonard Clinton, our deputy political leader, also our political leader, Dr. Thompson Funky.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Yeah, Dominicans, this plea for your support is almost immediate. And I can even say immediate. This is to furnish the expenses of the attorneys who will be coming over the weekend, which means that we don't have much time. Your desire to contribute to this development would be good. We ask God's blessing upon your finances. We ask Him to quadruple your finances. But you need to know that Dominica is in need of you. Dominicans, to every one of you, don't feel that $2 is too small to contribute. If 10,000 persons put $1, that is $10,000. I know it's hard, but this is for you. This is to continue your life, to continue the bloodstream of the country, whereby those of you who work will get paid. So I'm urging you all, this effort that we are doing, it is not for us. We don't even have to do it, but we are doing it for you to save Dominica. Most of you cannot speak, but we are speaking for you. Most of you cannot even associate. We are associating for you. You cannot even speak to certain people in public. We'll do that for you. But help us to help you. Please, Dominicans, contribute to the effort. And I wish God's blessing upon this program. Very good program. Gentlemen, good effort. We will do it. And Roseau Central Constituency Association is pledging $200. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, also, let me just say that we got a pledge. Someone just indicated, Catherine is saying that she will contribute $100. out of Grand Force. So thank you very much, Catherine. Appreciate your support. And let us just encourage others to follow. I mean, that's about us, Dominica. It's about getting to the bottom of this CBI issue. As Baptist said, it is not about stopping the program. It has nothing to do with that. This is about the government bringing whatever monies they have outside back.
No, but also, as we say that, Dr. Fontaine, we have to caution the people. We have to warn the people as to whose actions are going to cause a stoppage of the program. It is the reckless management of corrupt management of Roosevelt's care of this program that is good, that has it under all the pressure it is right now, and will cause it to stop. Not us, not anything that we're doing, because all we want is for it to be better managed, and for them to be accountable with the monies that are picked up from the scheme, which is supposed to be for the development of Dominica. More phone calls. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Change your mind. Just one observation. What we're looking for is $100,000 to fight this case. EC. It turns out it's about 40,000 US dollars. One passport is selling for 100,000 US dollars. What we want to fight this case is 40,000, somewhere in the region of just over 40,000 US dollars. All of us in Dominica who have a sincere interest in letting things go right should be able to contribute something to this.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, no, I'm not talking this one. I'm talking about the one.
Hello. Take that caller. Take that caller off there for me, please.
Yeah. Let's give the number again. The number that individuals can actually call, and if in fact you can contribute directly if you have a Mo Banking account. Let us give you again the Mo Banking number. It is very important that you can deposit the resources directly there. The account number is 100-5636. The account number 100-5636, and the user ID 5552242. The user ID 5552242. And again, if you want to use a credit card donation or debit card or some other means, you can do that via our Facebook page. To go to facebook.com and simply click United Workers Party Team Dominica, and you'll get the information. And it's very easy. It's one click. You click on that link right there. It will take you right into the donation portal. So thank you for contributing, and thank you for making that happen.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. I know that before, previously, we used to organize and first get the money into the office or so. I used to much Facebook and Mo Banking. When this is here, like we used previously, and organize it and fully consensus somewhere, and get call the government and ask it somewhere to the office or somebody.
That works as well. That works as well.
Yes, absolutely. You can drop it off at the office, but it would be good if you call in the pledge so we know what is there, and then you drop it off at the office.
Right, because sometimes people don't want to really go Mo Banking.
That's fine. That's fine. We get
Okay,
carried away with the ease of doing business and technology these days. Yeah.
We'll be organizing our meetings, so we'll be able to, by the weekend, so we'll be able to give whatever we have, and then we can give personally.
Okay.
All right, no problem.
Kalibishi area.
Kalibishi. All right. Thanks. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, UWP.
Good evening, Mr. Good evening, Mr. Bob Marley. Yes.
Linton and Dr. Fontaine and Ronald Griffin.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I've been trying to enter in a long time, but I don't know what happened. I was having problem. But I want to say a special thanks to you, Mr. Linton, because when you brought this issue to the attention of Dominica for the first time and start speaking about it, some of us in Dominica was saying that you need to stop talking about corruption and money. But I know that's a talking point from you, from the Labour Party. But very happy now, and I feel a little at ease knowing that this matter will get to the court. It's overdue. Because we have to think of how we get there. When this program, this housing option was created, nobody in Dominica knew there was a housing program.
Nobody.
When Mr. Linton started questioning the numbers, saying that the numbers doesn't make sense, it doesn't add up, that's when Roosevelt Skerrit started to say if he had involved the housing program, it would have been 2.2, and he's going to do these maps, and they're going to fix the numbers, and then he put Mr. Linton to shame. So Dominica have to remember that.
September 2019.
Exactly.
5 years ago this month. 5 years ago this month.
Okay, so Dominican have to remember, because people think, I always hear the saying from the old people in Dominican, less memoir pool, meaning that we have our memories like foul brains. We forget very fast. But we are not going to allow them to forget. Because it's when you start talking about this, the money and the revenue that's supposed to come to the consolidated fund, that is when they started the housing program. That's when he started building houses. So the same supporters of the Labour Party, some of them that thinking UWP against the program, it's because of the UWP they start getting these houses. And Roosevelt Skerrit has always been ruling with deceit, deceptive device, conniving, lies, owned through corruption. And I'm glad this thing has to come. It has to come to the light. We have to know. You cannot have billions of dollars, as one of you has said, in a fall. I mean, who does that? Forget what part. I mean, any Dominican with a common sense knows that no foreign entity or foreign person should be controlling the resources of the people. And meantime, garbage cannot pick up. Workers cannot get a raise. Teachers, nurses have to be begging right on the side of the road. Even the police having problem getting the money, and they are the first one to defend him. Farmers, the farming industry is in disarray. Agriculture is almost dead. You understand? No, nothing productive. The productive sector, nothing is generating money to bring. So that is why I made a comment earlier, Mr. Linton. And I was saying that I would like the economy to collapse. And when it collapsed, it hit rock bottom, then we would have no other choice. And, you know, some people find I shouldn't say that, and it's a rough statement to say, not that I want bad for Dominica, but it's because I want this problem to be, you cannot have all the resources of the country controlled by people we don't even know. We don't know how many passports. Mr. Linton, you said 50,000 plus.
50,709.
More than that.
Yeah, well.
That's what is registered, because they is giving the figures and they always fixing up the number and fixing up the. I don't believe nothing Skerrit say. So I'm very happy, and I want to thank you for the work you're doing for Dominica. And that always remind me of what happened in Layu River. Dominicans, we shouldn't let that happen again. We see what you went through.
So, caller, thank you very much for your support. We're trying to get as many calls in. Caller, we're trying to get as many calls in as possible. Thank you very much for your support.
And I just want to say, I just hope Dominicans support the program, because when you support that case, you're supporting yourself. You know, people, man, it's so frustrating and really a disgrace to see Roosevelt Skerrit bring this country. Anyway, I'm listening. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You know, he forgot to say that he pledged $100 US. He was having difficulty calling, so he sent the message to my phone.
Right.
And he got through finally, but he forgot to say.
So he's pledging $100 US.
Yeah.
That's from Bob Marley. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I would like to make a contribution of 100 US.
100 US. All right.
What's your name?
Juliana.
Okay, and your number?
678 773 0844.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution, man.
678
8.
773.
Yeah, I'll give the money to Holy.
Whole day, John. Okay. All right. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Yeah.
449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, and overseas 305-432-9624. Those numbers will get you to us here. Good evening.
Yes, Lennox. Good evening, and good evening to Thompson and the others there with you tonight. How are you guys doing?
Cuz, good evening. Everything good?
All right, good.
Everything good, cuz. Everything good. Yeah, I just got the link about you guys having your program on there tonight, and it looked like it's something real serious, something really that I'm happy to hear about, you know, in terms of you guys taking a bigger step in terms of trying to recover the monies that are out there, you know. I think that's a major step in the right direction, and I have just going to go ahead and donated $100 to the cause.
All right.
So,
excellent.
Very good.
That,
so you were able to get it through the PayPal account?
Say that again?
You were able to do it through the PayPal account?
No, I did direct debit account of your UWP website.
You know, okay. All right.
Yeah. So that
Right.
should be in there.
Yeah.
So
All right. Thanks a lot.
Calling to wish the team. You're welcome, man.
Much appreciated.
Success on this.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, we'll see the fruits of all this hard labor come through, you know, in due time.
Thank you.
Yes, I just want to thank you very much, caller. I just want to say as well that for those who do not have access to Facebook, you can go to uwp-dominica.com. uwp-dominica.com and just click on the donate button. There's a donate button right there at the very top of the website, uwp-dominica.com, and you can also donate that way as well.
Yeah.
The overseas line. The overseas line. Yeah. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Let me say good night to you guys. To everybody on the panel. Good night.
Good night, bro. How are you doing?
I am from Wesley, living in St. Thomas. I'm the guy who speak on Western News Online.
Mr.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
But I want to really tell you guys I appreciate the fact you'll come forward and stand up and say enough is enough. And sometimes we talk, and when people don't listen, we have to take a stand. And tonight you're all taking a stand, and I really appreciate it. And I want to stand with the general public and donate $100.
Mr. Randy.
Right, the last name is Prosper.
Randy Prosper.
I'm gonna give it to Mr. TC. I will Western United to TC.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you guys very much for what you guys doing.
God bless you, sir. All the time.
Okay, we are getting some donations through the website as well and through the PayPal account. Let me just say thanks to Wilmot for his contribution of $100. Thanks as well to Odwin for his contribution of $100. So that's coming through the PayPal account, uwp-dominica.com. Guys, so keep it coming, Dominica. We need your support. Those of you overseas.
Thank you, Doc. I just got a communication from Mr. Norris Charles, who's made a contribution of $300 EC, and that would be delivered to us.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, it is important that people understand the significance of what we're doing for the country, and understand as well the size, the amount of money that we're looking for compared to the amount of money that we're fighting for. We're looking for $40,000 to cover legal 40,000 US to cover legal fees in a matter where a national program which is selling our citizenship for $100,000 each, $100,000 each. So what we want is less than half of the cost of one citizenship. What we're looking for is less than half of that. And I'm saying we can all make this easy for one another by putting a little bit, but putting it in numbers. Volume counts. Many people getting on board with this. And it doesn't have to be tonight. It could be over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. Note what we're doing. Take note of it and commit yourself to a contribution. If not today, tomorrow, the day after, next week, or the week after. What we're doing is important for all of us, because no country should be sitting by quietly while those who serve in government have arranged for billions of dollars. In our case, since Maria, $7.9 billion. Overall, for the last 8 years, $8.2 billion outstanding, unaccounted for, while we are suffering, while we have a burgeoning national debt, while our engines of growth in the economy cannot be energized and cannot be put into motion to generate jobs and foreign exchange and to earn us a worthwhile place in the international trade of goods and services. While we having problems collecting and disposing garbage, we're having problems with healthcare, we're having problems with youth engagement and youth and employment. Good evening.
Good evening, caller. You're live.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I want to make a contribution of 300 EC, and I'll have it delivered tomorrow, either at your office or assistant could bring it at your where's your office located again?
The office is on River Street. The party office is on River Street.
River Street.
6 River Street.
Number 6 River Street.
Sometime about 9 after she drop a child to school tomorrow for your
$300.
$300.
Name?
300 EC. You'll have it tomorrow. Yeah.
300 EC.
EC, and by month end again, I think I'll make another donation of that same amount.
And the name is?
But for sure, tomorrow you'll have 300 EC on that account.
The name?
Jefferson.
Oh,
Jeff.
Jeff. Okay, Jeff Winston. All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Bless
bro.
God.
Yeah, God bless.
All right.
God bless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
449-3095. 449-3095.
We need the callers to. Thank you very much, caller. We need to keep the lines active. Ronald, can you give the numbers again?
Yes, it's 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. Of course, the overseas line is 305-432-9624. You know, we appreciate the contributions that have been given this evening. And of course, the lines are open. You can make your contribution.
Very easy as well, Ronald. Very easy for people to donate. They can donate via Mo Banking. They can donate via the credit card or the debit cards by simply going to either Facebook, UWP, or they can go to uwp-dominica.com. Very easy to make those donations. We are going after the billions of dollars that belongs to the people of Dominica. We're doing it in a responsible manner. We're doing it in a manner that will make the government become more accountable. And at the end of the day, all Dominica, I'm sure, will be happier for it, because we'll be able to get our monies out of the hands of private individuals and back into the treasury where it belongs.
The scale of the misappropriation is staggering. You know, when you count $8.2 billion across 70,000 people living in Dominica, you get $118,000 for each man, woman, and child. You know, babies included, living in the Commonwealth of Dominica. I mean, when you think that a government would be so reckless and so uncaring and so corrupt, not to want to refuse to account for those monies, to tell us what happened with it, and to not ensure that monies at that level are going towards our debt, are going towards the build up and the revitalization of our economy, are going towards our healthcare, going towards important things like garbage and garbage collection, making sure that youth employed in sustainable, good-paying jobs and so on. Let's go to the phone lines. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I'm calling from Laughlin. I would like to donate $200.
Thank you very much. Your name is?
$200. Clarison Joseph.
Clarison?
Joseph.
Clarison Joseph. And the phone number?
446.
446.
Sorry. 245.
245.
2350.
2350. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Clarison. Have a good evening. God bless you. And
okay.
God bless your efforts to help Dominica. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Calling to donate to the cause, $100 issue.
100 EC. Your name?
Owen.
Huh?
Owen.
Telephone number?
275-3344.
275-3344. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. All right.
Yes, thank you very much, callers. Let's keep it going again. For those, especially for those of you overseas, you can donate through our PayPal. It's very easy and convenient. 2 clicks and your contribution is complete, safely done. uwp-dominica.com, or you can go to our Facebook page. And again, the Mo Banking, if you want to do it through Mo Banking, that as well is available to you. And you can, in fact, donate that way as well via our Mo Banking. And let me give you the number again, the account number, 100-5636, 100-5636, and the ID 555-2242. So these are all ways in which you can help support the cause. And in case you joined us late, the lawyers are here in Dominica this weekend from Trinidad. The case will be filed in the next couple of days, and we are moving on this. We are moving. Thanks to all those who have already donated. Up to now, a number of persons have given already, but we are still not there as yet. We still need your support. So pick up the phone, make your contribution, and let us get this done this evening.
Yeah. An anonymous caller just donated 500 EC. Thank you, caller, for doing this. We appreciate that.
All right.
Yes, caller, you're live.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, caller, you're live.
Yes, good evening. I have to call tonight because I I've been publicly meeting fire on UWP about this case for a minute. So I want to thank you guys for that move, enough respect. And I will be contributing $100, at the start. It'll be a long road, so I'll be there again. But I'm definitely want to.
That's in your currency. That's in your currency or our currency. That's your currency or our currency. Which one? Huh?
In my currency.
That's 100 US green ones.
Yeah, man. One love, brothers. One love. Goodbye.
Yeah. God bless.
All right, that's the spirit. Thank you very much, Zed. That's the spirit, guys. We need your support. We need support. Let's get this done. It will cost us something, but as Leonard keep saying, that's a drop in the bucket compared to how much the country stands to gain. We're doing this because we believe that these monies that are now in the private hands belong in the coffers. They belong in the treasury of Dominica, where they can be accounted for, where they can be audited, where they can be responsibly, accounted for. That's what we need. And so we're appealing to you to help us to raise these resources to meet the fees that has to go with prosecuting this case.
Another way we look at it is that we say that each citizenship under the program costs $100,000. That's what it's advertised at. That is the fee provided for legally in the SRNO and so on. And from that, through the 8-year period, we've only gotten $24,833 from each citizenship, which leaves a balance of $75,100 $66, $67 thereabout. So what we want is less than what we have not received on each passport sold, for the last 8 years. It's about half the amount that we have not received on each passport sold. Just one of the passports, half of that. That is what we're looking for. And the people are responding. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
I'd like to make a donation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. $200.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your name?
My number is 225
225
5565.
5565. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The idea is going out of Roseau, out of district. So how do we deliver that money?
You can deliver it to the office.
You're out of Roseau. Do you come into Roseau at all?
I'm not able to.
Okay. So where are you? Where are you? Portsmouth. Well, something can be arranged to pick up that money from you, for sure.
No,
it's an important donation. Your name is?
Benjamin.
What that?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. And you gave your telephone number, right?
Yeah.
So we'll give you a call and we'll arrange for pickup. All right?
Okay, thank you.
I thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome.
God bless. So we're rolling. It's 449-3095, 449-3096. We have 449-3097 as well, and 305-432-9624. We have been indicating as well that you can make your contributions directly to the UWP-Dominica.com. And on the party's Facebook page, United Workers Party Team Dominica Facebook page, there's a link, PayPal link, to which contributions can be made. We also have a mobile banking facility that we've been talking about tonight as well. The information is on the party page. Good evening.
Yeah, Lennox is Megan.
Yes, good evening.
I said once before, any money to be collected in that thing, it can come to me, I can do it and then get it to the party.
All right. So
Nicole Sandro.
So Nichols, we will give you the give me the number there for the gentleman so Nichols can call him. 225
5565.
5565. So if you give Mr.
Yeah, or anybody who wants to give me.
Yeah.
If you give my number out, then that I can collect and I can get it to you.
And your number is?
Let me give me the gentleman's number first.
The gentleman's number is 225
5565.
5565.
225
5565.
5565. What's his name?
Benjamin.
All right. Okay. And my number is 235 3938.
3938.
And you can make it official. Anybody who wants to give me, they tell you they're giving it to me. So then when I give it to you, you have to tell them that I brought the money in.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Nichols Andrew. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Nichols.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, God bless. All right. So more phone calls. No. Thank you for that. All right. So we're here tonight and tightly focused on raising funds for the court matter that we're dealing with, the citizenship by investment monies that have been misappropriated and unlawfully held outside of the Consolidated Fund of Dominica for a number of years. We have seen where that has brought us, and we have done an estimation of the amount of money that is outside there over the last 8 years that we have not seen. There are many reasons why we have not seen it, but that's for the government to tell us. The government must tell us what happened to our monies from the sale of our citizenships. And it would be good for the government to update us on exactly where we are with this program. Because of all the concerns that are out there in the public as to whether the program will be able to continue and so on, I want the public to be clear in their heads, people of Dominica to be clear. It is what Roosevelt's carrot is doing with the program that threatens its survival. he and his actions represent the existentialist threat to the CBI program. So to the extent that it has served us well and can continue to serve us well in the future, it is what he does now that is going to decide how much further we go. That's why I keep saying, you really cannot have somebody like that at the head of government in Dominica. Who takes a government program and privatizes it, puts it in private hands, put the revenue stream of it in private hands for individuals to do as they please with it under the guise that you're giving them projects to do, you're giving them housing projects to do under sweetheart arrangements where they don't have to account to anybody and they can tell you what they want. They can tell you what they spend, even if that's not what they spent and nobody verifies it. And it's
crazy.
It's just bubble after bubble after bubble. And while all that money belonging to the country is out there, Dr. Fontaine, the economy is struggling. It doesn't have to, because in fact, we have raised enough development capital from the Citizenship by Investment program in the last 8 years at least for us to have fixed all the engines of growth in this economy and put ourselves in a position where we have a proper place in the international trade of goods and services, where we are employing our people in large numbers in good paying jobs, where we are improving the quality of life for the people of Dominica. We have the money to do that. But we are being told it is somewhere else.
Indeed. And let me just say as well, as we continue, we have Hermina contributing $40 via the PayPal option. Again, especially if you're in the United States and outside the United Kingdom, elsewhere across the globe, very easy, 2 clicks, and you can make your contribution without even thinking about it. UWP-Dominica.com. Thanks, Elvina, for your contribution. We are, and it gets worse, Lennox. The Dominicans may not even be aware that there is a company that on every passport sold, they're receiving $10,000. Every passport sold. The guys do nothing. They claim that they're doing marketing, and every single passport. So let's do the math. $10,000 by over 50,000 passports sold. That this one company has collected over those years on the backs of Dominicans. And we're sitting there and we can't even call and make a contribution of $10, $20 to get this money back. I mean,
Dr. Fontaine, on this matter that you're raising regarding the commissions and so on, the rate at which the government has been paying out marketing commissions is on the order of $80 million a year, in the last 5 years. We saw a 5-year period there where we looked at over $400 million that was paid out in commissions. Right? But these commissions now, so if you're running at $80 million a year in commissions, how are you only bringing in a few $100 million into the treasury? How does that happen? I don't get it. Because the commissions based on $3.4 billion, if you do 80 million a year by 8 years, you would have $640 million. $640 million. And you tell me that's the commission on sales of 3.4 billion? That's the commission? which is about 20%. Wow. And nobody knows what they do to help you sell the passport. And the lion's share is going to one agent that has carte blanche and full authority of the government to sell for whatever price he wants, up or down.
Yes. So, we need our people to call. We need to get to the telephones, make that call, show your support. Let us get these resources in. These monies are going towards the legal fees that must be paid to get this filed in court and to get those monies back. But we have to start with this particular action. So we're asking you tonight, Dominica, pick up the telephone and make the score.
Yeah. Just interestingly, there seems to be some developments coming from Jamaica. as it relates to their prime minister, asking him to step down allegedly based on the fact that he has over 28 bank accounts, you know, and the Jamaicans are saying, time is up, you gotta go. Because those things at the end of the day, you have to be able to be accountable. If you get a salary of $20, you need to show, and you're in public office, you need to show how you're able to get a car for $500,000. It's as simple as that. So it is accountability. It's about integrity. It's about ensuring that the young people of Dominica have something to rely on, something to go back to, and have a future on their head. So we have to do what we have to do. The caller, I've said it, Mr. Linton articulated, and you heard it from Dr. Fontaine. It's not about trying to stop the program. It's trying to ensure that those who have abused it for over 20 years need to account, because they need to tell us where the money gone.
And we understand that things are hard, times are hard in Dominica, but we believe that this is a just cause and one which Dominicans should support. So again, we're encouraging you, pick up the phone, call in your support.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson Fontaine. And Mr. President, we're going to take just 2 minutes for ads, and we will be right back. In the meantime, you can tune up and call in. And
or you can go and make the contributions in the meantime, Ronald. They can still make the contributions.
Absolutely.
Whilst the ads have been played.
The Maroons of Dominica, 1764 to 1818. Resistance, rebellion, and freedom from slavery. This is the true story of our Dominican ancestors who fought bravely against the system of slavery and won. For more than 50 years, the Negmawan of Dominica refused to be enslaved. Their deeds and actions shook the entire British slave system to its core. Famous Maroon chiefs like Bala, Jacko, Barcel, Hangloss, Elephant, and countless others paid the ultimate price with their lives. Read how and why they did it. Read the fascinating account of Bala and how he completely destroyed the Rosalie estate. All of this in the fascinating new book by Dr. Thompson Fontaine. Get your copy today by simply going to Amazon.com or send an email to maroonsofdominica@gmail.com.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, I'm calling to make a pledge.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Warren Thomas, and I'm calling to pledge 200 US, and I'll send it to Suso. You get that?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay then. All right, so Suso will pick it up.
All right, thanks.
And own your piece of history. Students, farmers, professionals, young and old, every Dominican, know your proud history. Get your copy today of this fascinating and true account of our history, our ancestors, our people.
Hi, I'm Thompson Fontaine. The book, The Maroons of Dominica, should be a must-read for every single Dominican. Learn about the critical role played by the brave Negmawan in the eventual abolition of slavery in the entire Caribbean. In addition to Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, and other leading publishers in the US, Europe, Canada, and Asia, copies are available right here in Dominica at your local bookstore, Jay's Bookstore, the #1 leading bookstore in Dominica. So get your copy today and avail yourselves of this important piece of Dominica history.
Stop spending lots of time and money on transmissions, engine rebuilding kits, and shaving cylinder heads.
Come, let me take you to the doctor. TC Auto Parts in Castle Comfort. A large selection of engines and transmissions in store. We also store suspension, body parts, lights, and other parts for Japanese-made vehicles. Toyota, Honda, Suzuki, Mazda, Chevrolet, Nissan, TC Auto Parts in Castle Comfort.
Remember that if we do not have it in stock, you can place your order for the next shipment. Talk to hundreds of customers whose vehicles are now back on the road because they got their shipments from TC Auto Parts.
Supplies are limited, so call 265-7109 or visit number 9, Castle Comfort, above the Courts Warehouse. TC Auto Parts, your number one for genuine used auto parts directly from Japan. Now, you're on your way.
Get into my car.
Aren't you tired of looking for those hard-to-find tools and car accessories? Fear not! R&E Tool Masters and Car Accessories has got you covered. Located at Cali Beachy Flat, R&E offers a wide selection of DeWalt and Makita power tools, cord and cordless SPS drills, impactors, jigsaws, sanders, reciprocating saws, and angle grinders. R&A also provides construction boots and saw, along with fine tools like wood, metal, DeWalt, and Makita bits and blades, shovels, heavy-duty wrecking bars, hammers, rubber mallets, chisels, and 1 feet to 8 feet levels. Painting tools are also available like brushes, rollers, painting trays, and lots more. Come down to R&A Tool Master and Car Accessories for a reliable, professional, and inexpensive experience on Tuesdays to Saturdays between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or contact us at telephone number 767-316-2594, WhatsApp 447-554-843-124, email ra-2toolmaster@outlook.com, or on our Facebook page, Randy Toolmaster, for further details.
The views expressed during this program are not
Hi, Ronald. We have some more.
Caller, you like?
$500, if you can tell me. What's
Okay,
low?
put it up. Thank you. Thank you, caller, for your contribution. I'll collect it at Kyrie FM.
All right, Ronald, we have some more persons calling in their support. We have individuals donating through Facebook, again through uwp-dominica.com and hitting on the donate button. Let's say thanks to Gertrude for $100 contributed. Let us also say thanks to our friends from Grand Fond. Grand Fond is in the house again with 200 EC dollars made via the Mo Banking app. So thanks to Hattie for this contribution. And we just want to encourage others to call in their support. If you're not able to call in, but go ahead, make your contribution and let us know about it.
Excellent. Of course, persons want to again hear the Mo Banking information, the user ID 555-2242, and of course the account number is 1005636. That is the Mo Banking, so you can do this as a direct contribution towards a worthy cause.
Bob Marley had called earlier. He forgot to say that he was pledging money. Okay. But he did pledge $100, as I said. He's also correcting me that it is $100 US and $100 US per month for the next 6 months at least.
Wow. Can't go wrong with that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bob Marley. I shot the sheriff.
But I didn't
Thank you.
shoot
That
it.
is greatly appreciated.
I didn't shoot the deputy. So it's 449-3095 here, 449-3096, 449-3097, and 305-432-9624. Just to let you know, while in the time that we've been with you tonight on this fundraiser for the court matter involving the CBI funds of Dominica and the unlawful holding of those funds outside of Dominica. and the unlawful setup of a special housing option for one man and his company. We have pledges in the region of $5,000 at the moment. Yes, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Pledge $100. My number is 614.
Your number is 614?
5431.
5431. 614-5431. A pledge of $100. Your name?
The office.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. The office will work that out. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dr. Fontaine, you're still with us?
Yes, I'm still here. And just checking. I was just giving some persons the information that they wanted us to share. Again, the information you can do it via our Facebook page. So if you just go Facebook and you click on the UWP, you go on the UWP, or if you do it on uwp-dominica.com and click on the donate button. So in 2 clicks, you will be able to make your contribution. And we really want to encourage you to do so. As we said, we are just about trying to get these monies accounted for. And we are going via the court system. And what we hope to do is to get the court to rule that those monies must be declared to the people of Dominica, because after all, according to our constitution and every rule of Dominica, any monies raised by the government must come through the consolidated fund. So we're just trying to get the government to obey the very rules by which this country is governed. And that's why we are doing it for the court system, because we've tried otherwise. We've asked questions in Parliament. We've gone on radio. We've had the talk shows. We've talked, and this government has not listened. So now is the time to take firm action. But that action comes at a cost, obviously. All right, because we have to pay the lawyers. And so we are asking Dominicans. We know it's a tough economic times, but I'm sure most of us can spare $50 or $20, $100, whatever it is that you're comfortable in contributing, please do so. And if you're overseas and you want to contribute, you can do so via either the Mo Banking or also via our PayPal portal. All right, so we encourage you to support and let us get this case filed before the courts next week as we move forward to claim what is rightfully ours, what belongs to us in Dominica.
Now, very, very important. And there are a number of people, Dr. Fontaine obviously is keeping track of that, but I'm getting some message on my phone here, people who are indicating that they have made contributions of $100 and so on to the UWP website and using the PayPal account and so on. So in addition to what is taken account of here live, we have live activity going on the website as well, on the Facebook page with the PayPal account. And I'm sure there is some activity that's been going on with the Mo Banking access to our account as well. So thank you, everybody. This has been a good evening. There's good understanding, I hope, of what is it we are fighting for, and it is all about the people's money, which has been misappropriated, unaccounted for. It is not a little money. It is not the little $40,000 that we're trying to raise. It is billions of dollars that belong to the people, and that should go to the benefit of the people and not to private interests, the friends and colleagues of the head of government in Dominica. We're fighting for those funds to come into the consolidated fund and be used for the benefit of all the people of Dominica. And we're also fighting for justice. Those who are held accountable for this must face the due process of law. That's the way things work in democracies. Ronald Charles was talking earlier about the the situation in Jamaica, where calls have emerged for the resignation of the Prime Minister. And those calls coming out of an investigation by the Integrity Commission of Jamaica into the financial affairs of the Prime Minister. And one of the matters that the opposition People's National Party is raising has to do with untruths that the Prime Minister told to the Parliament. The Prime Minister lied to the Parliament according to the People's National Party. And for that reason alone, he should go. For that reason alone, he should remove himself from office. When you think of the amount of times that this Roosevelt Skerrit has misled the Parliament, has lied to the Parliament, has lied to the people of Dominica, it strengthens the point we have made all along that this man has made himself unsuitable. By the way he has behaved in government, he has made himself unsuitable to continue. And in the public interest of Dominica, he should really step aside. If he's not going to step aside, we must ensure that he does, because it is when he steps aside that we're going to be freed up to get our money. We'll be in court. We'll be in court for a little while. But even if a verdict comes from the court, while he is still the Prime Minister, there are things that he can do to frustrate the people even further. You have to get this group that has connived, that has supported the actions of the Prime Minister against the people of Dominica. Because you see, when you take the revenue stream that belongs to the people and is under the government for the benefit of the people, and you create something else to destroy that, that is a betrayal. That is a betrayal of the country. And somebody has to explain to me why we cannot call it treason. It is a betrayal of the interest of the country by persons sitting in the government, sworn to serve the public interest without fear or favor, affection or ill will. And they have behaved totally contrary to that in this matter. We must get a declaration of the court.
Yep. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. Overseas number is 305-432-9624. We are here appreciating your contribution towards a worthy cause. That is, finally, we can say to the general public that we are definitely going to bring this matter before the court to get the answer that the people deserve. And we are almost certain, and I say almost certain, that things are going to be positive because it's a clear court situation and a declaration that is going to, that the court would have to examine. We, as Mr. Linton have said earlier, we definitely know that no matter what way it go at this point, we know that there will be, we are targeting right up to the CCJ because we know this is the final court of appeal. And when the final, what we call it, the final sledgehammer will come down from the CCJ, we are sure that the people of Dominica will be victorious. And it's the people's victory. And we're looking forward to ensuring that we have to do what we have to do to bring this country to normality. Yes.
Okay, Ronald, let me just update on some more donations that we have been receiving. Individual, and someone just sent that they made a donation of $200 directly into the Mo banking account, and that is JB. JB, thank you very much for that. $200 directly. Also from Grand Fond Jira making a contribution of $50. He says he will make this contribution directly to the office. So thank you very much to those of you that continue to contribute. Again, we have made it very easy for you. 2 clicks and you can do it via PayPal, via use of your debit card or your credit card. So it's very easy and seamless. You can do that, uwp-dominica.com. And you can call in and make your donation, drop it off at the party's office on 6 River Street, or you can, of course, give it to any one of the members of the United Workers' Party. But importantly, we need your support. We need your help. We are going forward with this action. We believe that there is a high probability of success in this case, because already there is some precedent. We've heard of a similar case in Belize, where the Belizean government was forced by the courts to reveal where the country's money was. And so we believe that this is possible. And as I explained earlier, if you're just joining us, it is possible that the bank can, that the court can rule that it is possible that the court rule that the monies that the bank where those accounts reside, because these monies are not kept in mattresses, they're kept in bank accounts. And so the court can rule that the banks will have to reveal, because it belongs to the people of Dominica. So that's what we are after. We are looking to get some accounting, but for us to do that, we need your support, Dominica. We need your support. I can't overemphasize, as we're looking to raise over $100,000. They have raised tonight, I believe, we are just around the about $5,600 or thereabouts. So we definitely need your continued support.
Rosette Prince just indicated that she made a contribution via the More Banking application of $200.
200, all right.
Sorry,
Rosette Prince, that has gone into the party account directly via More Banking.
All right.
All right, as we close.
Thank you very much, Rosette. Thank you.
As we close tonight, thank you so much, Rosette. God bless your efforts and your work for the Commonwealth of Dominica. I just want to say, because of all the racketeering and the organized crime that has been going on with the CBI program, which is threatening its future, which has destroyed its integrity through the years, the government of Dominica and its main CBI agent are having a hard time meeting the anti-money laundering compliance requirements of the international banking system. So we hear of the difficulties that MMCE and Hayden, for example, have moving money to the National Bank for the purpose of financing some of the development projects that are, or the development projects that are in his bucket list for the government. And then the talk of de-risking was raised by Mrs. Carrot himself 2 months ago. And these issues necessitate us going to court, because money belonging to the people cannot be out there in other people's hands while people are going through all this difficulty and hardship. So we are going to court with this matter to deal with all the unlawful activities and the corruption that involves operatives of Dominica's CBI program. Someone on his telephone. Good evening.
I'm glad I got on before you guys got off. You know, I just wanted to thank you guys for tonight, but more importantly for the spirit that you guys shared. You know, that more than anything else, more than the money made tonight, just that face of confidence. You know, it's important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to say in closing that these unlawful, corrupt activities involving operators of Dominica's CBI program necessitate seeking appropriate legal remedies, including but not limited to an injunction, damages, the return of the missing funds, and the imposition of penalties on those responsible for the violations.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight was a major step. The people are on board. The word is out. We're looking for the support to fight this matter on behalf of the people of Dominica. And there's one gentleman who said, it's not tonight alone. I'm giving $100 every month for the next 6 months at least.
Yes.
US dollars. And we will see that kind of commitment and that kind of initiative as we move this forward. There are a number of persons out there who I'm sure will be contacting me within the next 24 hours about what can be done, and we're confident that this is going to happen. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Fontaine. Thank you, Mr. Ronald Charles. Thank you, Lambert Charles. Thank you to the people of Dominica at home and abroad for coming on board with us in this so that we can take it forward. God bless you every time.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me just say quickly, we have one other person pledging there, Laura. Again, another my grandfather folks. I must say I appreciate that support very much, Laura. Contributing $100 US to the cause. All right. So that is very good, and we thank you for your contribution. We raised just over $6,000 in the 2 hours that we had tonight. We'll certainly continue the effort. We want to thank everyone who contributed. We believe that this is for a just and worthy cause. And again, even after we are finished, we encourage you to go to the party's website or to the Facebook page, the party's website, uwp-dominica.com, and make your contribution, show your support for this court proceeding. The lawyers will be in Dominica. You will hear of the press conference that they will conduct in the coming week. So you'll be hearing directly from the lawyers when they arrive in Dominica over the weekend into next week. So we're very excited about that, Ronald and Lennox. It's a great time, and we believe that we're on the verge of something earth-shattering, for the people of Dominica. But we need your support. We need your support, Dominica. So thank you for continuing that support. You can do it even after we're gone tonight. Continue to click online, make your support, or just walk into the office with your pledges, and let us get this done. Let us get this done as quickly as possible. And thank you for every single one who contributed, those who called. May God continue to bless you.
Thank you.
All right, and of course, Lambert Charles, Marigot on Saturday evening, 6 o'clock on the flat at Wares, United Workers Party constituency meeting. All of the national issues, all of how we're going to get back our missing billions and so on, employment for the young people, the healthcare, the garbage collection that is not working around the country and so on, the state of the village in Marigot, and healthcare, NEP, or the voice of the people on the flat at Wares, and the voice of the members of the National Executive of the United Workers Party. Big meeting, big constituency, big public meeting on Saturday, 6 o'clock, West Flat. You'll be there.
So long, everybody.
We're not asking. You'll be there.
The mobile banking information.
Hold on. Let me get that for you.
Sorry.
Hold on a second. I got to just go into the mobile banking. We got it here. We got it here. Wait a second. Mobile banking. Where are we going, sir?
Yes, the mobile banking, I have it right there. The account
go ahead.
100-5636. The account number again is 100-100-5636, and the ID 555-2242. 555-2242.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dominicans. Thank you for all the contributions. So long, everybody, and good night.
All right.
The Maroons of Dominica, 1764 to 1818. Resistance, rebellion, and freedom from slavery. This is the true story of our Dominican ancestors who fought bravely against the system of slavery and won. For more than 50 years, the Negmawan of Dominica refused to be enslaved. Their deeds and actions shook the entire British slave system to its core. Famous Maroon chiefs like Bala, Jacko, Barcel, Hangloss, Elephant, and countless others paid the ultimate price with their lives. Read how and why they did it. Read the fascinating account of Bala, and how he completely destroyed the Rosalie estate. All of this in the fascinating new book by Dr. Thompson Fontaine. Get your copy today by simply going to Amazon.com or send an email to maroonsofdominica@gmail.com and own your piece of history. Students, farmers, professionals, young and old, every Dominican, know your proud history. Get your copy today of this fascinating and true account of our history, our ancestors, our people.
Hi, I'm Thompson Fontaine. The book, The Maroons of Dominica,